Hey there, everybody. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's doing well out there, ready for the weekend. Hope it wasn't too tough of a week for you, but however, get out there and enjoy. Or actually, if you're up where having these crazy temperatures, stay inside, man. I just saw this poor kid died out in Iowa, and it seems like just from exposure. So yeah, if it's not absolutely essential, if you're in one of these cold places, stay inside, watch YouTube, do something over the weekend, but be safe. Today I want to talk about the Fruitarian raw vegan lifestyle and juicing. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go down there now and hit that subscribe button. Then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I just checked my channel again, and I had one day where I don't generally lose a lot of people. I mean, it's possible for somebody to just unsubscribe, but not in those numbers. And like I don't know why. I don't know what this little glitch is, but YouTube, it just kind of keeps happening. It is sometimes, though, they're just cleaning things out, and it is fake, false accounts that you're losing. But be sure you do that so you stay subscribed to all your channels you watch. More of a clarification video today than anything else. I seem to always have new people coming in, and I got asked something this morning. It just made me, it wasn't like any deep philosophical question. It just made me kind of think. It was in a group, and somebody asked me how long I had been raw vegan. And I'm like, immediately, like, you know, I'm Mr. Transparent. I always want to be transparent, but I'm like, okay, are you giving too much information, or are you answering something they're not real fanatic about either? But when I get asked something like that, it's always like, you know, okay, well, what exactly do you mean? Are you part of the fanatic group that counts anything less than total 100% raw? Not raw. I mean, I always say, and this is just for description purposes, I think you guys know that I'm not big into the labels, but when somebody asks me in general, referring to the food, how to describe myself, I describe myself as a raw vegan. I describe myself as eating a raw food diet and as eating a fruitarian raw vegan lifestyle. But I always like to make it 100% clear that I eat cooked food sometimes, so I've never been super fanatic about that label. And like I say, even probably when I get back to the tropics and I can eat raw all the time, and I will eat raw all the time, I'll eat a potato a month just so I can't have that fully raw label. But hey, I mean, you know, whatever floats people's boats. You can call yourself I think this is the day and age. You can call yourself whatever you want. You can identify as whatever you want. But mostly, yes, I'm raw vegan. I would say I'm very high raw vegan, and I would say I've been very high raw vegan since the beginning. I kind of, you know, came into the plant-based vegan thing at the same time as the raw. I mean, I saw, in other words, what I'm saying, I saw raw vegan videos first, so I didn't do this version of it and then move on to raw. And yeah, fruitarian, I don't know what the magic number for that is either, but I would definitely say I would definitely classify myself a fruitarian. Because number one, I mean, I know that at least 80% of my calories during the day, if not more, are coming through fruit. Now the juicing part, I always get asked about the juicing, and also too, sometimes it gets confusing to people on Instagram because I talk a lot more about the juice over there. There's a little in-between periods when there's switch over from one season to the next, but I mostly have juice every day year round. Only not exactly probably what people are talking about when they're talking about the juicing, the holy juicing, you know, this, and it's really a thing. And if you're a big juicer, God bless you. But I got to think at this point, I couldn't imagine like hardcore raw vegans or hardcore juicers following me at this point. They may come in for a while and they're like, yeah, this ain't my guy, because there's people out there that are totally into that juicing thing. And I don't knock it. Me, it's more, when I say juicing, for me, it's more fruit juice. Like about half of the year, 4 or 5 months of last year, I was doing watermelon juice almost every day. Then there was a little lag. I can't remember when the citrus came around. There was a few months there where I wasn't doing any juice in the morning, but then the oranges rolled back around again. And for the past, I don't know, at least couple of months, if not more. But yeah, at least the last couple of months, I've been getting good oranges. And as of about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I've been getting grapefruit too. So I've been having probably about 64 ounces of juice. Well, we'll say between 32 and 64. Some days I'll have two, I'll make 2 juices, and some days I'll make 1. Now, when I first started this lifestyle, I did do the juice thing. I did the green juicing, and I was rather diligent. I had juice every single day. It was made a priority. I wasn't doing 100% of my own juicing, but close. I was in San Jose, Costa Rica, had a place where I could buy carrot juice at a good price, and I had a little restaurant where I could get some other green juices. So what I would end up doing is buying enough of that, I'd usually buy like the carrot in bigger sizes, and then I'd get a little bit of the other, and then I would juice some of my own. There's a number of reasons I'm not juicing here. Number one, the juicing things, just doing that juicing thing, and I'm not going to knock that. I'm going to approach this one a little bit differently. Let me get to that one first. Everybody always talks about, oh, well, should I do a juice fast before I start doing this lifestyle? And I'm not huge on that, but go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, because there's a lot of pushback on that. And there's a lot of people that believe in it. And no, you don't need to try to hook me up with your juicing guru or tell me to go watch this person or talk to that person or whatever. Love them. God bless them. That's what they do. Okay, let me just say though, I'm not throwing that under the bus. All right, let's say that's what you need to do. You need to take that food vacation. You need to juice before you come into this lifestyle. Now, personally, my beliefs, and I'll just say it real quick, is the average person that's not already doing this lifestyle probably doesn't have the discipline or what it's going to take, because it's going to take discipline at that point. You haven't done any of this lifestyle yet, but go ahead. Go ahead. But I'm going to caution this. I don't even know what's recommended about these people that do a juicing step before they start eating food. But I will say this, go ahead and do it like people tell you to do. If it's a 30-day food vacation and you just do juice to prepare your body to get ready for raw foods, do it. That's not going to hurt you, and actually it will be good for you. But, and here's where I depart from the other people. If you do that, then you still got to learn how to eat. As you're learning how to eat, now what I see, and this is just experience, what I've seen with all these people that always want to argue like juice is the gospel or whatever, a lot of these people that will argue with me, they've done it 15, 20 times. Okay, let me play devil's advocate. Go in, do your juicing. It's done what it's supposed to do. You've had your food vacation. Now you're to move on to the raw food. But let me tell you something. If you get to the raw food part of it and you start eating and you have these major backslides, don't continuously, like I say, I think the silliest thing, and that's when I just tune people out, is when they know the juice feast and juice fast so well that they can tell you what's going to happen on day 3, what's going to happen on day 7. What's the point I'm trying to make there? That if this holy food vacation is so amazing and it's so beneficial, and you did the food vacation, cleaned your body out, got it prepared for the food, and then you ate the raw food, and you ate a low of whole food, raw food diet, 100% raw, or even like just eating a clean version of it, and I'm talking clean, whole foods, not processed, would you need to be doing these multiple juice feast and fast? Because people say, well, I need to clean things back out. But what do you have to clean out? If you did that major cleaning, if you did that major juice feast, and then you started eating, why'd you have to do another one? Why? Because you didn't learn how to eat. Because you ate something that you don't think was optimal for yourself. Otherwise, wouldn't people just do that one juice feast? The one big one, the one big food vacation and go. Now, once again, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind on this. This is never going to change anybody's mind. That juicing thing is one of the holy tenets of this religion of raw, where people, like there's people out there that's all they talk about every day. every day, pro-juicing, anti-juicing. And I ain't got no interest in the nuts on either side. I'm not an extremist. I never like the extreme on either side. And there are people that will argue and they get angry defending their juice. And there's people that'll argue and get angry telling you that juice is stupid, you don't need to do this, and blah, 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 blah. You know all I'm saying? You two go at each other and leave me out of it. I'm just not all that interested in the subject, but it has its benefits. One reason I don't green juice at all anymore or around here right now is, number one, I'm not getting anything decent for produce. Number two, if I was to get, maybe go to Pensacola, buy the produce it would take to make a green juice, it would be expensive. So it's just not a practical thing for me right now. Number two, I eat. I eat. But, and I'll start wrapping up with this. What do I think about the green juice? I think they're extremely beneficial. One little note, that should go unsaid, but I was a little bad about this, substituting a juice for a meal back in the day. Not trying to restrict, just thinking, I'll have a juice. If you are going to juice, once you've done, if you do your little juice fast, juice feast, blah, 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 but just doing juice on a regular basis, don't count juice as a meal. I like to think of juice as a supplement. I like to think of juice as a mega vitamin. I like to think juice as an extra kick on top of what I'm getting, but that's just me. Like I say, you do it the way you want to do it, but line up. There's a lot of information. Don't waste your time out there. If you do, find the best way. Find that person that does juice feast and juice fast and follow them and listen to them and do it the way that they do it. Like, that's the biggest thing. Nobody's actually doing things like they're supposed to be done. Theoretically, yes. Theoretically, I think that's a wonderful idea. It's never not going to hurt anybody to go juice feast, to give your body a vacation. But what I'm saying is most people are new at that point, and I doubt the average person does that. That's coming from a standard American diet. They juice feast for 30 days. Waha, I've seen God. And, they get on the path of raw. All I see is all this back and forth, or up and down like a yo-yo. I need a yo-yo. But anyhow, just my rambling opinion. What I do, I stay in my lane. I'm not telling anybody else what they need to eat or drink. I just show you and tell you what I do, and you can make your own assumptions. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.